Right guys, welcome to ErebosGamingHD. So we've had a couple of fights on this, still haven't got a knockout yet properly. We haven't got his knockout shoes on yet with this character, but in the next couple of fights we should have. Just haven't got the power with this character yet. It's just his jab isn't enough to stun him, and the straight isn't enough to do any serious damage. So that combined with the fact that you've only got 6 rounds to knock him out, it's just you're just going for points wins at this point. But sure enough, before long, all of them will be getting knocked out, and then maybe we can stick a few fights into one video. But I can't see that happening now. I can't see that happening anytime soon, really. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll say with the next couple of fights, we might be able to get his knockout shoes on, but we don't know. I've got no idea when it's going to come. So we'll book this fight here. He's an outside fighter, but he's I don't know actually. Let's have that one. Yeah, we'll take that one. He was an inside fighter. I was looking at the wrong one. I wanted the inside fighter, in all honesty. And that's just because I didn't want to risk going with an outside fighter and then finding out that, you know, he's smacking me all around the place, and if I don't have time to pull the rounds back, I've only got 6 rounds, and as I said, I don't want to lose at all on this character, so go for the inside fighter. Always the easiest option. So let's have a see. We'll do some training. I think we'll do the maze bag. I know this is the speed ball in the UK, or the speed bag. So let's go. Hopefully get champion on this, then we get some good XP. The better I do on these training camps, and the easier it's going to be to knock them out. That's the top and bottom of it. Dun dun dun, come on. These loading screens as well, these are the worst part. The worst part. Yep, we know. Let's go. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, it's not too bad this. It's as long as you just concentrate a little bit. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, as long as you just concentrate a little bit, it's actually quite easy. You can do like possibly 3, but sometimes you can overdo it and do too many, and sometimes you weave when you're supposed to punch, and don't bother trying to throw a punch other than a jab either, by the way. You don't need to. You can get champion quite easily without it. I made that swing back there, didn't want to come out and hit that. See, if I'd have done too many then, I'd have gone too far, because it was just a 2. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. Oh, god damn. That should still be champion. Yeah, it was. Only just though, mind. Only just. So, we'll get into this fight now. I know these have been points wins, as I say, but the thing is, if I was doing it on amateur or something like that, then they'd have all been knocked out, no doubt. But this is obviously on greatest of all time. You don't want to take any risks, and you know, you've just got to play it smart. You can't be going in for knockouts when you're probably going to find you're going to get knocked out yourself. So you just got to be careful. So, box of growth. I'll add a bit of stats. So put us blocking up a bit, because that's going to be important. Safety first and all that. And I don't think I've got much left there, so we'll just apply that. And once I can, as I say, jab and straight will be maxed, and then combinations will go to maybe the 1st star, and then blocking will go up to probably the 2nd star, and then I'll be set then. I don't need any more stats after that point. I'll be able to go all the way to champ without worrying about anything. So, fight day. Let's go. These loading screens are the worst part. The loading, the simulating the fights. If they didn't have, like, if you had a new fighting game on the next gen, you know, like a Fight Night game, obviously, not a UFC, and you know they cut down their loading screens and they sorted out that simulation crap, which I still don't understand why they need to simulate fights. It's almost like they simulate them in real time. It takes that long. I don't know why they just don't say, right, yeah, this guy won. They don't, you know, it's like a big ball ache. Don't know why they do it. But if they did do this on next gen, then I don't think I'd ever be off it, because the only thing that puts me off is sitting about waiting for loading screens. So let's go see how we can do on this guy. Just going to fill his face full of jabs. Only got 6 rounds again, so not a lot I can do. Just fill his face with jabs, and that'll be it. We've come with a good counter there, in all honesty. And this is why I can't just come in and just try to steamroll everybody. Because if they land a good counter and puts me on stun, knocks me down, then I'm going to be losing the round. And if I start losing the rounds, then I've only got, a couple of rounds to play back. So just the jab straight's working like a treat at the minute. And this is not so much like, I'm trying to, I'm going to knock this guy out or anything like that. It's more just, I'm just trying to feel the character out a bit, and just trying to work out what the best strategy will be once I actually get my stats up. So this will be pretty much what it's like with the fights later on, except the fighters will be a bit more difficult. But when they do get more difficult, that's when I'll start getting the knockouts as well, because they'll start coming in a bit more, and I should be able to counter them and knock them out. With this guy, he is coming forward, but he's not doing a lot when he comes forward, so he's relying on me to sort of take the initiative. So this guy's just getting pummeled. As long as I win all the rounds, as I said before, I don't mind. As long as I win all the rounds, then that's still a good performance. As far as the career goes. And as I said, if there's anything you guys think I'm not doing to make this, more entertaining, then let me know in the comments, because I don't know what more I can do with this game anymore. I really don't. I've done online fights, and I've beaten Isaac Frost in the campaign. I've beaten Isaac Frost online. I beat Isaac Frost with Butterbean online. I've beat people with a countless number of characters. I've obviously won the heavyweight title as well. I've done the campaign run through, and the legacy mode was all that was left to do, in all honesty. And I just didn't know how to go about it other than putting it on greatest of all time and just doing it. Maybe I could have made myself like the shortest possible, and the shortest reach possible. But I normally play inside fighters, and I can't imagine it being too difficult, because on greatest of all time they walk forward like no tomorrow when you get to the high ranks, and I can't imagine it being too hard. In all honesty, people would probably be saying I've got it on amateur or something, purely for the fact that everyone would be getting knocked out, because I normally play inside fighters. This is like a challenge for me. I think it's more sim fighting in a sense, because this is sort of what I'd do if I was like, if I had the build of someone like, Tyson Fury, for example, pretty much 7 foot tall, massive reach. This is what I'd do if I was a boxer. I'd just forever jab straight. I wouldn't think I'd throw another punch other than a jab. I'd just jab them until, I got bored. So, and I will be throwing more jabs once I actually have the stats to do it. At the moment I don't have the stats to just constantly throw the jab, because it's not as effective as it should be. Whereas when I get the jab up a few more stat bars, then I'll be able to actually sort of keep them on the spot with a jab. In fact, you'll find sometimes that if I do like a triple jab, the first two just keep them locked in place, and then the third jab will land, and then you throw a big right hand, and then all of a sudden their health's on like minuscule. So that's the sort of plan that I'm going for. But I'm not getting many stuns now. I think I've probably got about 5% chance to stun them, or 10% chance to stun them with my jab at the minute. Whereas if I increase it, it goes to like 15% chance and then 20% chance. And obviously it increases. And around 2. And he's taking a beating. You can see his face is getting red there. He's obviously losing the fight at this point. I don't see how, under any scorecards, you could possibly have the computer up at this point. A bit of the old tea. Right, round 3. Let's rock. He's just going to have more of the same though, unfortunately for him. Mr. Little. Whatever his name is. Mr. Little, Chicken Little. Whatever his name is. There was a COD game we played, Call of Duty game. I don't know if it was ever recorded. I think it was, but it was like I think it was a league game. It was either a league game or playing as a group. Certainly in Inferno, you know, as Inferno, there must have been a guy on the team called Chicken Little, and this guy killed him in the middle, and he's like middle Chicken Little. And we forever we forever say that. Oh, this guy! I've done it again, haven't I? Done it again. I've got him weak, and then fucking started throwing hooks and shit, and it never worked. Because they just block up and restore health. It's fucking annoying. What I need to do is just completely, completely annihilate him from a distance and don't stop throwing jabs and straight. That's what I need to do. I need to have my combinations up as well, so I can throw more combinations without my shots getting weak. Good. So I could have knocked him down there, unfortunately, but. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you can knock people out on this quite easily, even on greatest of all time. You can knock them out. It's just that I don't want to risk it, because if I do lose, I can't change it. I can't go back and restart or anything like that. And I want a perfect record, mainly, obviously, for the video series, of course. But you know, if I was on my own and I wasn't recording this, then of course I'd probably just go and try and steamroll them out of there. But I'm doing this for a series, and the whole purpose of this is to not lose. So I've got to play as though I don't want to lose. And running in there, throwing loads and loads of punches, it's just raising the risk bar, and I don't want to do that. So let's end round 2. That round went quick, really, in all honesty. Right, round 4. A couple more rounds to go. I'm well ahead on the scorecards. Won every round, I'd imagine. He's got higher stamina. That's something you won't see very often later on. I'll normally be a lot higher stamina, a lot higher health. But considering it's only 6 rounds, I've only got the last 2 more rounds. And if you split my stamina bar into... Well, it's actually no. In all honesty, I've actually got the last 3 more rounds, haven't I? Because round 4, round 5, round 6. So if you split my stamina bar into 3... and that gives me a rough estimate of how much stamina I can use per round. Obviously, I get some recovery rate next round, so that's not too bad. So yeah, it's not going too bad. His health's obviously significantly lower than mine, which is good. His health and stamina are actually getting pretty much even now, and my health's obviously a lot higher, so I'm in better condition, even though my stamina is slightly lower than his. But obviously, with my health not being anywhere down, then even if I was to get put on a stun, I'd probably be able to survive it purely because my health's a lot higher. So let's go. Ooh, I think you see when I caught him with them 2 jabs there, they were like stuns. Okay, so let's try jab straight this guy. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, there we go. See, I knew that'd work. When you start throwing like hooks and body hooks and uppercuts and stuff, if you haven't got the if you haven't got the stats, then they'll block them, and then they'll gain health. So my voice breaking. I don't know why. So what's going on? Right. So let's go. So 1 knockdown. Quite happy with that. You know, there's a slight chance if it happens again, I could knock him out, but I don't know. If not, though, I know that next fight I'll definitely knock him out. Next fight I'm going to knock him out regardless, just by judging off this. Whatever the fight is next time, I'm going for the knockout. For sure. Just because when I look at this and I look at the damage I've done to this guy, and I've knocked him down once, I've obviously got enough power to put him on a stun. Next fight I'll have even more power on that right hand, and you know, it's not going to go down well for him, because I'm gonna gun for him from the off instead of just, you know, pity panting around. Oh, I could have caught him there with one, and he'd have probably dropped there. But no, I think I'm just gonna go for this, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it at the same time. He's throwing a lot of punches now near the end of the fight. It's almost as if the computer knows it's going to lose, but I don't know. It's debatable whether the AI is that smart on this. I mean, it's 2010, 2011, this game, and I don't know. I don't know whether it's smart enough to know that it's losing and knows that it needs to pull it out of the bag. I've said in a previous video that I don't think it did. I don't think they do that. I don't think they do realise. I don't think that they change up at all. But I don't know. This guy seems to be actually going for it a little bit more, knowing that the end of the fight's. But maybe it's just one of them things. It just seems that way. So jab straight, same old, same old. I don't know if that affects my stamina, you know, actually, just throwing the same punch. Well, the same punches. It probably does, in all honesty. But what can you do? Maybe it's just because he's hitting me in the body every time it gets close. It's more likely the solution. Well, I mean, his stamina is pretty much the same place mine is, but my health's just so much better. So, and your health can mean a lot in this, or it can mean absolutely nothing. It depends on the fight you're in. You can have full health, and then someone can put you on a critical stun, and the stun can put you on like a tiny amount of health, even though you were on full, which doesn't make sense. But you know, it is there at the end of the day. If someone's health is really low, and what I will try and do to prove this point is try and get, like, you know, a couple of these critical stuns, because you can see their health. You can see how they go from like full health to like next to nothing, and I don't really understand why it does that. Maybe it's when your stamina's lower, who knows. But what another thing I'll try and do with this on the future fights is I'll try and get a guy and I'll just try and basically hold him up. I'll beat him to a pulp, and then I'll just jab him until, you know, his health and stamina are on, like, basically on the red bars, you know, so they can't literally have been battered to a pulp. I'll do that. I'll probably try and do that in my championship fight for the belt. I'll probably just try and weaken them to a point where they just can't even stand up anymore, you know, and I'll just see how that goes. Could be quite interesting. Oh, those good jab straight there on him. Could have finished him with that if I had a bit stronger right hand. Is he bleeding? I know his face must be seriously red. He looks like a fucking tomato up and down. I need to stop throwing them wild hooks, really, but I mean, they are good. When they come close, you can sidestep and do like a left-right hook to the face, and you can do a lot of damage, but other times they can just duck under it and then, you know, make you look stupid. Come on, jab straight, come on. Finish him. I don't think I'm going to have time. I don't think my stamina is in any position to finish this guy, unfortunately. Come on. You can do it. 48. So if I knock him down again, his stamina's low. He might not get up if I knock him down the second time, in all honesty. So just go for that. Oh fuck! Surely. Them jabs though. Fucking hell. Come on. That was a power straight as well. Oh come on. See, my actual stamina's getting low, in all honesty. Getting a bit too wild now. Yes. Yeah, screw it. I tried. That's that done. Next fight he's getting knocked out though. The next fight, whoever it is getting knocked out. I don't care if it gives me Klitschko. He's getting knocked out. So that's it, guys. I'll wait till the stat screen comes up so you can see the stats. Just so you know that I haven't had about 20 fights in between. So I should say, I don't know. Was it? Is that my second win? Yeah, it is. That is my second win. So 100% win record, no percent KO record. That will change, so that will raise. So once I start getting into the groove. Knock out your opponent in under 6 rounds. Well, that won't gonna happen. Okay, so there we go. 2 wins, no losses, and that's it. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.